Well, friends, welcome. So, in the previous class, as you know, we are discussing various basic concepts of auditing. Few more concepts are still there. We need to learn all those things. And today, first of all, I'll be explaining you what is the difference between audit and investigation. Please bear with me. I'm going to share the screen with you in a moment. Please wait for a moment. Are you able to see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
By this time, you must have understood what is audit. Is it not? Can you tell me some brief idea? What is audit? Can anyone tell me? Then this is what I understand by audit. Please tell me.
Sir, audit, like in general terms, auditing is an official inspection of the organization accounts. Typically, it's by an independent body which is hired by um, uh, the board of directors or the
Who is
company.
replying?
Sabhavna.
Yeah, Bhavna. Okay. Friends, you see, hereafter you see, instead of saying that audit is the verification of accounts, examination of accounts. So you say audit, you can say it's the verification of financial statement, you can say, or you can say it's the examination of financial statement. Okay. In fact, what happens, auditor gives an opinion on the financial statement. Is it not? Auditor gives an opinion on the financial statement and the truth and fairness of the financial statement. And in order to give that opinion, as you know, you have already understood the process of auditing. We know auditor compares those financial statement figures with books of account, and books of account in turn compared with the supporting records. So auditor gives an opinion on what? Is he auditing the books of account or he is auditing the financial statement? What he is auditing? What he is auditing?
Sir, can you repeat?
My question is that whether auditor is auditing the books of account or is auditing the financial statement.
Sir, the financial statement.
Financial statement is a better answer. Okay, maybe in order to give an opinion on the financial statement, he is verifying books of account, right? So that is a part of audit process. He will verify the books of account. Again, you know, books of account figures are also to be verified with supporting documents. That is the audit process, right? Okay, but auditing, if you say, it is an independent examination of the financial statements and with an objective. What is the objective of auditing? As you know, objective is to express an opinion on those financial statements. Okay, now sometimes people get confused with audit. People get confused between this auditing and investigation. We'll see what are the difference between these two. As you can see, this particular table shows or differentiates between auditing and investigation. Investigation is a critical examination of the accounts. And when we talk about auditing, it is a general purpose examination. Investigation is critical examination for a stated purpose. Stated purpose means maybe some fraud has been committed and an expert is trying to verify whether actually fraud has been committed or not. So purpose is very specific and it has got a special purpose. Right? Okay, that is investigation. And what is audit? Audit has got some general objective. General objective means all of us know that objective here is to express an opinion whether the financial statement is showing true and fair view. So accordingly, auditor applies certain audit procedures, and on the basis of that audit procedure, he collects certain evidences, and on the basis of that evidences, he gives an opinion whether financial statements are showing true and fair. Objective is general. But investigation has got some special purpose. Got it? Did you understand the difference?
Yes, sir.
And investigation can be taken in some specific area, and sometimes it is extended to the entire area of accounts. Suppose sometimes we want to we want to investigate regarding, let us say, wastage, regarding profitability. Maybe investigation may be conducted on cost of production to find out whether the cost of production is abnormal. Like this. Okay. Normally it concerns with some specific areas, but sometimes it may involve the whole field of accounting. Sometimes it is extended to the entire field of accounting. And one more thing we need to understand, that when you talk about investigation, it starts with a preconceived notion. Preconceived notion in the sense, here we feel there is something wrong and we want to check whether that is true or not. So you can say it is a fact-finding activity. Okay. And the techniques we adopt for investigation vary from case to case, depending upon the circumstances. The investigation techniques will keep on changing. Okay. An audit, as I told you, its purpose is quite clear, not some specific purpose, not some special purpose. Objective is quite general, to give an opinion that the financial statements are showing true and fair view or not. And auditor never undertakes any activity and never applies an audit procedure to discover some specific happenings. It is never started with a preconceived notion. Auditor never thinks or never, carries an impression that there is a fraud, there is an error. Okay, auditor normally starts the auditing with the preconceived, with an idea that everything is fine. Financial statement has been prepared in accordance with the financial reporting framework and following the generally accepted principle, and management has taken adequate care that there is no material error or material fraud. Okay, so and on that background, auditor applies certain audit procedures and gives an opinion whether those financial statements are showing true and fair view or not. Okay, and the techniques that is followed are quite generalized techniques. Okay, these techniques are not specifically directed to find out any fraud or not. Okay, many times what happens, sometimes the investigation results from prima facie findings of the audit. When auditor applies a normal procedure, he may collect certain evidence, and which may lead to an investigation. Right? Let us say auditor is applying a normal audit procedure called as vouching. Just vouching the transaction, he finds something wrong, or there is a particular purchase, or there is a particular transaction where there is no support. Management could not produce any support. This situation may lead to an investigation. Findings of an audit may lead to an may result in some kind of investigation. Right? Okay. Now, did you understand the difference between auditing and investigation? We may list out the differences like this. You see, this table shows 3 columns. First column is the basis. Second column is relates to auditing. Third column relates to investigation. Okay, on the basis of meaning, we know auditing is the process of inspecting the financial statements of an entity and reporting on it. What is to be inspected? The financial statements are to be inspected, and on that basis, a report is to be given. Investigation is an inquiry conducted for establishing a specific fact or truth. So it is a fact-finding exercise. It is conducted with a view to find out the fact. Okay? And the nature of examination is that a general examination, whereas in case of investigation, the investigator or the expert does some critical examination or in-depth examination, right? The evidences which are collected in audit are persuasive in nature. That means that those evidences pursue the auditor to believe that the financial statement is true and fair or not. Whereas the evidences which are collected in the process of investigation should be conclusive in nature. That means evidences should be unquestionable. Through this evidence, one decision could have been taken. This evidence should be such that one can take a conclusive decision that whether this thing has happened or not. The normal time horizon of auditing is annual. Annual audit reports are issued. Okay, and financial statements are normally prepared on annual basis. On that basis, audit reports are issued. Investigation may be carried on as and when it is required. Audit is conducted by chartered accountants in case of companies. Investigations are conducted by appropriate experts. The purpose of reporting, auditing, in case of audit, the purpose is general purpose. Investigation reports are generally confidential. Auditing is obligatory. That means law requires, most of the cases, law requires that accounts of the financial statement needs to be audited. Investigation is not obligatory. It is the decision or discretion of the management to investigate into certain things or not. Auditor is appointed by the shareholders, as you know. In case of investigation, the expert may be appointed either by the management or by the shareholders. Sometimes the third parties also appoint investigators. The scope of audit is limited to form an opinion, and in case of investigation, the scope is again further limited. It seeks the answer to some specific question. Specific question means it is directed to find out certain facts. Okay? Did you understand the difference between auditing and investigation? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.